Welcome to the refill. Welcome to the refill. I'm your host, Ron Daniel. Listen, we got another great show for you. We got another great show for you on this Memorial Day weekend. This is episode 44. Listen, if you've been rocking with us since day one, since the first show, you already know how we get down. But if it's just your first time on the refill, this is a podcast dedicated to the Christian rap, gospel rap community worldwide, global wide, from the artists, the DJs, the promoters, the influencers, and everybody who make it rock and roll and splish and splash worldwide. Tonight we got another great show with another great artist. But before we start, listen, we gotta do some house cleaning. we asking y'all again, like we do every week. Share this podcast on your page. Whatever you're looking at it on, share it on your page. Also, if you like what we doing, donate to the show financially. Your donations help us to stay on the internet so we can continue to create this great content showing these great artists and influencers and DJs and promoters global wide on the Refill Live podcast. And one last thing too, if you're an artist, if you're a DJ, if you're a promoter, if you're an influencer and you want to be on the podcast for the months of June and July, even August, we booking now. You see the information moving at the bottom. Email your information. We'll check it out. And if what you doing fit the format of this show, we'll put you in the game. We're not going to make it hard. We make it real easy. Listen. I did enough talking, man. Listen, I'm going to bring this next artist on. But before I bring him on, this artist here, he's another A-State representative, Arkansas. I tell people all the time, man, Arkansas, we could put a team of rappers together and beat all y'all boys if y'all want a friendly competition. I know where they at. I know how they get down. But listen, this brother here, man, I met this brother years ago. Good brother, man, when I met him then. He's still in the game doing it now for the Lord, man. We're going to bring Brudda Chuck on right now. Brudda Chuck, Gospel Gangster. What's good, bro?
What's happening, man? What's going on?
Man, you got it, man.
Glad to be here, man. Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Already. We got you in the game, bro. Listen, hey, before we start this thing, bro, introduce yourself to the people, and then we're gonna get this podcast moving.
Yeah, man, I'm Brudda Chuck. You know, Gospel Gangster, man. That's the label. You know, been at this thing for a minute, man. I considered retiring there for a hot spell, man. But I'm back at it, man. I'm full throttle, pedal to the metal, man. We going to get them out the highways and the hedges, baby.
Yes, sir. You know yes, sir. The hedges and the highways. Look here,
Yes, sir,
man. I tell these boys, I said, man, you know, when you soaked in it, you know, it's hard to peel away from it when you in it. You know, you've been in it for a minute, man. I know the cat. I tell people all the time, man. I say this all the time. I keep my ear to the ground on everything moving gospel rap. I'm talking about locally, statewide, regionally, in the South, and you know, nationwide, and now with the internet, global wide. I met cats rapping in New Zealand, South Africa, and Australia. I'm like, man, these boys and they getting down too, man. I heard that music. I said, yeah, these boys getting down. Bro, let me ask you this. I always lead off with this first question, man. Before I lead off, I hope everybody having a good Memorial Day weekend. I know they looking at and watching the show right now. I always lead off with this first question, bro. What was it that it's a two-part question. What was your life like before gospel rap, and then what was it that got you into gospel rap, and then to make you say, hey, you know what, I'm in gospel rap, I'm in the game, and I think this is the lane I'm gonna stay in right here.
Bruh, man, what was my life like before? Wow, man, we gonna need a few podcasts to cover that, bro.
Talk about it, bro. We got time.
I mean, it was rough, man. I actually, man, was raised up pretty good, man. A good mom, you know, good pops, good family system, man.
Right.
My mom, she ended up passing away when I was 13 from cancer, man, breast cancer.
Right.
And, you know, so my pops, you know, it was just him supporting 7 of us. 4 of us was boys. Well, yeah, 4 of us was boys. 3 of us was older.
Right.
And, you know, so supporting 7 kids, you know, he got to work all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he can't really be there to have that kind of personal time that, you know what I'm saying, you need kind of growing up.
Right.
And man, what that leads to is, you know what I'm saying, a lot of curiosity, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, you know, getting off in the streets, getting off into things that I shouldn't be in. You know, we wasn't necessarily in the hood. Like when my mom passed, we was living in Southwest Little Rock. We wasn't in the hood, but the hood was just around the corner.
Right.
And there's something about that hood life that always, you know, kind of intrigued me, man. So, you know, that's what I ended up doing, man. I ended up spending a lot of my time over there. You know what I'm saying? With the homeboys and stuff like that, you know, we was raised up in the church, but like I say, about time she passed, man, it started kind of, you know, weaning, kind of getting less and less. You know, I started spending more time in the streets. And so, you know, I was already rapping by then, you know what I'm saying? And I thought I was pretty dope then, man. But, you know, like I say, man, we gonna need a few podcasts, man. Some of the stuff I was talking about then, man, it was rough, it was raw, you know what I'm saying? It was gritty, but that was my life at the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I rap now. You know, I talk about my life and my experiences, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to make it real, you know what I'm saying? So people could really feel it. So I was off in that, man, you know what I'm saying? Into this and that and the other, you know what I'm saying, man? You know, jail, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make that quick buck selling the drugs, you know what I'm saying, out here, you know what I'm saying? Different women, you know, man, it was just wild, man. It was wild, man, all the way up until I met my, who is now my future wife. And even when I first met her, we was wild, man. We was both wild, man. I was wild, she was wild. And then when we got together, man, it was just ridiculous, bro. I'm talking about it. It was all the way ridiculous, man.
Right.
But what kind of led me back to church, man, is her. You know what I'm saying? Nothing I can say in particular happened, man. It was probably just, you know, kind of getting tired of, well, something in particular did happen, my bad. But it came with kind of getting tired of that life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and everything that comes along with that. And she ended up getting pregnant, man, back in 2005. You know, she got pregnant with my first daughter, man. And that's really what kind of got me thinking, all right, I need to change some things up.
Right.
You know, so after she was born, I ended up getting back in the church. But when I got back in the church, man, it was crazy because, you know what I'm saying, I thought I had to be, you know, like a certain way, like, you know, the people that was already in the church. Like, I got to be like the pastor, you know what I'm saying? I got to be like the deacons and whatnot. So that left me with kind of where does rap even fit into all of this? You know what I'm saying? How am I going to be able to, you know, still rap and serve God? So what really kind of let me know that I could still rap was the pastor's son, man. I'm pretty sure you know him, Frank Stewart.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I seen him up there rapping one Sunday, man. I just blown away. I was like, wow, you know, he up here rapping. You know what I'm saying? The audience, they out here feeling it. You know what I'm saying? He rapping about God. You know what I'm saying? That's something I had never really considered before that. So when I saw that, man, I was kind of relieved, you know what I'm saying? Because rap, man, always been a passion and a love of mine, man. And I really didn't want to give it up. So when I found out that I could, you know, rap for Jesus and be on the positive, the motivational and inspirational side of the thing, that started kind of switching up, you know what I'm saying? My flow and my lyrics, you know what I'm saying? I pretty much took the cursing out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, I'm still rapping about my experiences, you know what I'm saying? My life, the stuff I've been through, you know what I'm saying? I tell my story because, you know, the Bible says that we overcome by, you know, the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony.
Right.
So, you know, your testimony is not going to change, you know what I'm saying, just because you got in church. You know, all that stuff that I did, I still did. Right. You know what I'm saying? All them things I've been through, I still been through. And I feel like, you know, people still need to hear that, you know, because it's going to help somebody that's in that spot right now, you know what I'm saying, especially ministry wise. I feel like it gives me a unique perspective as, you know what I'm saying, maybe somebody that hadn't even, you know, been in the streets or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, they can still minister. But I believe that's why he has so many ministers, because, you know what I'm saying, they might affect a different group of people.
Right.
Whereas a cat like me, you know what I'm saying, more relatable to another group of people, you know what I'm saying, and they able to kind of really listen and hear what I got to say, you know what I'm saying, because we'll get to talking. And a lot of them are shocked, you know what I'm saying, when I tell them about some of the stuff, because, you know, hey, when you get saved, man, you know, you kind of wash, you know what I'm saying, some of that stuff away, you know, and you don't really look like what you've been through. And then you start talking to people and you start witnessing, man, and they like, wow, man, you know what I'm saying, I can't see that on you or whatever, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, man, but rapping now, that's what it's kind of done. It's an outlet for me. And like I say, it gives me the opportunity to tell people where I've been, you know, where I'm at now and where I'm going. And I just try to put it all together, man. But I still got that gritty, you know what I'm saying, that raw, that gangster style, you know what I'm saying? That still ain't changed, you know what I'm saying? That's who I am. Right. That's how I tell my story. And I'm just getting to the point to where I'm really accepting that. Because when I first started with the Christian rap, you know, I tried to gear it, you know what I'm saying, towards the church exclusively, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I wasn't feeling that no more after a while, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like it really wasn't me. It's like I'm ministering, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving you word, but it's like I lost myself in there. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like, you know, God called me for a reason, man. And it's because I am, you know, authentic. You know what I'm saying? It's because I am a little different. It's because I am, you know, still rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that we trying to bring in, you know, trying to get out the highways and the hedges that are that same way. And they need to see somebody like that and hear somebody like that. So with the new project, the new music, the new work that I'm doing now, man, that's what I try to do, man. I just try to give it the way I get it, you know what I'm saying? Straight from how it come to me, that's how I'm gonna put it, you know, with the pen and the pad, and that's how I'm gonna put it on wax, man, and give it to the people, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro, I always lead off with that question, you know, just to set the tone for the show, because people, you know, people need to know. And I'm gonna unpack a whole lot of what you said, cause bro, it's like I can identify with a whole lot of what you just said about you know making the music and you trying to fit it for a church audience, and then the Lord is telling you like, no, be yourself and tell your story, because you being used to go get people that church just can't necessarily reach. You know, I tell people all the time, I say, I remember when we first started gospel rapping, and I did the same thing. You know, you go to church, you play in the streets. And I tell people all the time, I said, man, I grew up in church from 8 to 13. And then my mom and them was going through a divorce around that time. And, you know, Pop gone at the house. And like you said, the hood right around the corner. And you go around there, you can do anything, Joker, you want to do. It's right there. Yeah. And so, you know, you dip in that a little bit, and then you come back to church. And then for me, it was like, you know, you come in there and then you trying to, now God saying do gospel rap. I don't know what a gospel rapper look like. I don't know how it sound. But then when I was turned on to it, I was like, okay, let me fit it like this, and it wasn't fitting right. To God said, no, you do it this way. And so I like what you said about that too, because, you know, I tell people all the time that we had a show last night. I was telling bro last night that, to me, the gospel rappers, we like the special units, like in the army. You know, the army got the army, and then they got the Army Rangers. The Navy got the Navy, and then they got the Navy SEALs. You know, those are special units. I said we like rap special units, going down these hoods and the hedges and byways, trying to get these boys and the girls to come on into the Lord. And so, bro, let me ask you this, bro. What was your first, when you first get in the game, gospel rap, what was your first initial thoughts as far as like, okay, I'm in it. You know, tell me a little bit, or tell us a little bit about what was your first thoughts of getting in it, moving around, and you like, hey, this is different. This is something different.
Well, first, you know what I'm saying, I was just happy that I can keep rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
In the first place, I was, you know, ecstatic about that, man. But then, you know, having the ability to, you know what I'm saying, get up in front of the audience in the church. You know, I used to sing in the choir, you know, participate in all, you know, the little programs and stuff like that. So I was kind of used to, you know what I'm saying, being up.
Right.
And my pops always wanted me to be a preacher, you know what I'm saying? And I am, to an extent, a minister, but my ministry is a little different. So, you know, I just felt like that was a way for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Get the word out, you know what I'm saying? Do the ministry and you know, things like that. So, yeah, man, that's kind of my initial feelings and thoughts of it, man. You know, I thought it was dope. You know, it was some good rappers, decent to good out, man.
Right.
But be honest, you know, the gospel rap when I was growing up was kind of foreign, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then what I would hear was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it just really wasn't hitting me, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. Like I said, it's like you feel like you have to fit into a certain mold, and you kind of tell that the guys rapping, you know what I'm saying? They're not really telling you they story, you know, they're not bringing they authentic self to it, man. They just kind of, you know, just giving you the word to the beat, kind of.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but I think what makes you know, the gospel rap special, man, is because you get to give people a full spectrum. You get to give them a whole overview, man. And if you really trying to help somebody, man, it takes your backstory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to be transparent, man, and put some of that stuff out there, because, you know, you competing with cats they got a full bag that they can dip into, right? They can say whatever, whenever they want, you know, however they want to say it. But you got kind of tapered. As a gospel artist, you want to give them their full story, but at the same time, you want to be able to bring them back to the cross. That's what I kind of try to do in my music. You know, I'm gonna open it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let that ink bleed. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say some stuff that might have your eyes, but you know what I'm saying? Might have you a little shocked.
Yes, sir.
But my goal in doing that is I want to bring you back to that cross, man. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it's about, man. I tell cats all the time, you know, our music, you know, gospel rap is different. I've been in it forever, for a long time. And the conclusion that I always come to is that, you know, we could talk about, I'm going to share what the Lord shared with me about gospel rap. You know, I'm praying about it, like, you know, Lord, what you want me to say, what you want me to do, how you want it to go. And I'm like you know, when the beat come on, first thing I'm doing, I'm like, Lord, okay, what you want me to say to your people? I can get on there and say whatever and say, okay, I got some old some of this old southern gumbo lace bars I can put on this thing. Yeah. But I'm like,
you know
Lord,
what I'm saying?
Right. I'm like, Lord, what you want me to put on here? And so when he lead, it's different. And so the conclusion I seen with gospel rap is like what you said, is that, you know, we could talk about all the ailments of the world, but we have to lead everybody to that cross. We have to lead everybody to Christ, who is their solution, you know. And it's not, you know, for me, it's not so much about know more about who can spit the hottest bars or who just dope and this and that. I say I heard a lot of dope artists, man, but I also heard some cats that's just on there just talking a whole bunch of fluff. They say some, you know, rat, cat, bad, spat, and then they say Jesus. I'm like, man, what these boys talking about, man? These boys
ain't goose ride,
right. These boys ain't talking about nothing. And so, bro, let me ask you this, man. So now you moving around gospel rap. You just seen it, you in it. What's your thoughts as far as how was it received? You and Conway, you just 35 minutes from me. How was it received? Let me say that. How was it received by your church? You see what I'm saying? How was it received, you know, by your friends, by your family? Because, you know, once you, you know, I think we all got the same when you get saved story. When you get saved and you ain't hanging with them partners no more, and them partners looking at you like, wait a minute, man, this dude done changed. One of my partners told me, he said, man, you must be the chosen one. I said, I ain't the chosen nothing. All I know, y'all boys need to come on to church with me. That's all I know right at that time. I was like, that's all I know right now. Y'all just come on to church with me. Right. They never did come. But I would pray for them boys, man. Some of them boys did come, man, get saved. And, you know, I still pray for them to this day. But what was the initial thoughts when you say, hey, I'm finna be a gospel rapper, and you around your partners, you around your family, you around church now? What was their response?
Man, you know, I lost a lot of friends, man, when I decided I was going, you know what I'm saying, like really, you know what I'm saying, live that saved life. You know, I lost a lot of friends, man, and a lot of that was on me, man, because I got real tight, you know what I'm saying, I got real judgmental. Right. You know what I'm saying, other people, because like I said, I felt like that's what I was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying. You know, I can't, you know, talk to this guy, can't hang around this guy. If he make a mistake, I need to be on his top. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. That's how I kind of was with it, man. But, you know, God had to deliver me from that and show me that, man, because he said, with love and kindness have I drawn them. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to meet people, you know, where they are. And then the longer, you know what I'm saying, I stayed saved and stayed in the church, the more, you know what I'm saying, my flaws and stuff was being revealed to me by God, you know what I'm saying? Yes, so he made it abundantly clear to me that I have not arrived myself. Yes, you know what I'm saying? So I have no right to be, you know what I'm saying, trying to judge other people. My goal and mission and focus should just be to get them to him. You know what I'm saying? However they come, you know what I'm saying? I still have conversations to this day, you know what I'm saying? I might be on the line with a cat and he cussing left and right. But I you know, learned to filter through, you know, how people say what they saying, and get to what they actually talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what a lot of us Christians need to do if we really care about that person's soul. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to, you know what I'm saying, control where they are. You know what I'm saying? Remember what your mission is and your focus is. You know, you have to build that relationship with people. That's another thing too, man. You know, about church people, man. You know, we often our intentions are good, you know what I'm saying, but we'll go after that guy or after that girl, you know, trying to save them and whatnot. But we haven't even built that relationship with them, and you just jump in their life trying to tell them how they should be, how they should be going, how they should be talking. You know what I'm saying? How they should be moving, and it just don't. In reality, it don't work like that. You end up doing more harm to that person than good. You know what I'm saying? Running people off when you trying to pull them in. You know what I'm saying? So that's some stuff I really had to work on. But as far as when I started rapping in the church, man, my church, they received me well, man. Like say the pastor's son was already rapping. You know, they was real supportive. You know what I'm saying? They get me up on the programs and things like that, really helped me get that exposure. You know what I'm saying? It was real motivating, you know what I'm saying, real encouraging and real inspiring, man. So they really helped me out, man. I've been to a lot of churches, though, that didn't receive it so well, though. You know what I'm saying?
I already know.
I'll be out there, man. They in the audience, man. I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? They looking at me like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, wow, man, you know, and it was kind of rough, man. It was rough. I've been to a few, man, where they break out that old CD player and put that microphone in front of, you know, I come into church, I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying, all right, where the PA man, you know what I'm saying, where the sound system, so I get my stuff, man. Sound system? PA man, what's that? You know what I'm saying?
We'll put that mic by that CD player.
You know what I'm talking about? You know, it was rough, man. I'd have been in a room where it's just 2 or 3 of us in there, you know what I'm saying? But I still try to rock the face off them 2 or 3 people that's in the room the same way I would, you know what I'm saying, if it was a packed house, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'd had some experiences, man, but I've come full spectrum, I think. I think I'm to a point with it now I don't care you know what I'm saying, to how you receive it, man. I'm gonna say what I feel like need to be said. You know what I'm saying? I stand my word. You know, I stay prayed up. And if it come to me musically, man, as an artist, man, I feel like I got a responsibility to get that out there to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to keep in mind that I'm not just catering to the people that are already saved or the church.
Yes, sir.
Already. You know what I'm saying? I got to get these guys in here that they might not know the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They might not have ever been to church. You know what I'm saying? How do you talk to them? You know what I'm saying? And once that beat dropping is hot, and I mean, you riding that thing, man, they ain't gonna have no choice but to listen.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, once they start listening, man, and they really start focusing in on the content, man, they like, wow, bro. So yeah, man.
Bro, I tell you what, man, whoever watching this, let me tell y'all something. Y'all getting the game tonight. Let me tell y'all something, especially the gospel rappers that's watching this. Y'all getting the game because all I'm hearing right now is soul saving. And how, bro, when I tell you, man, I went down through the same similar things you did. You get saved. Yeah. You trying to do it the church way. You know, Joke, I went in there and they tried to put a tambourine in my hand. I said, man, I don't know how to shake Joke, I don't know how to shake no tambourine, man. Look here. I ain't no tambourine.
Put a tambourine in here,
bro. I ain't no tambourine shaker. Look at, I said, I don't even know how they really played it. You know, and I get what they was doing. They was like, okay, this brother come into church and, you know, we just gonna get him involved, you know. And I'm like, I ain't no tambourine shaker. I ain't no choir singer. I can't sing to save my life. But look at the only 3 people I sing to, but I do it jokingly, is my wife and my 2 kids. And they say, oh, he go dad again. He got another hit on his hands, you know. But the thing is, I tell myself, man, I had to learn the same thing about this woman right now in gospel rap. Is I tell people, I say, hey, leave these folks alone. You know, bring them to the Lord and let the Holy Spirit help them out. Because
that's it.
Only thing we can do, look at it, bro, and I see you fishing all the time on Facebook. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Yeah. But I'm going to use this fishing analogy. I tell people, I say, it's like fishing. It's like, only thing we can do is catch the fish. Give them to God, let him clean them fish up, man. You know, we can't, it's a certain way you clean the fish. I don't fish no more. I used to fish a whole lot when I was little. I don't fish no more. But I know the concept is still the same. Gutting the fish, scaling the fish, taking the guts out, cut the head off, you know, put that thing in the fire and let it smoke. So it's the same thing with the Lord. I'm like, man, leave these people alone. Let these people come in. Let these people breathe, because this is something totally new. You talking about a whole mindset change, a whole mindset shift. For me, when I played in the streets, I'm talking about blowing weed every day, drinking every day, trying to knock down as many women as I can knock down, selling the weed, smoking the weed, hitting licks. So that was my life. And then you coming to the Lord, and you like, they trying to put a tambourine in your hand. I'm like, hey, man, hold up. I don't know how to shake no tambourine. I'm here because I know the Lord talked to me. So I'm here, but let me breathe and figure this thing out. And so, man, what you giving them is the game. Man, then hear about that church support. That's huge, because I've been down that same path, bro, where now my church didn't necessarily support me. It was kind of strange to them. You know, they dig it now, because they're like, oh, okay, we see where it panned out too. But in the beginning, it was like, oh, man, we don't know what this is. You know, you come in here and got braids on your head and baggy clothes on. What is this? You know, this don't look saved. And so I'm like,
scare them.
But I'm like, I got the braids on my head. I got the, you know, my oldest daughter, she be like, Dad, I don't believe you had braids in your hair. I said, baby, your mama can tell you, I done had braids down my back. I said, but that didn't look saved to them. You know what I'm saying? They wanted suit on, black shoes on, shiny shoes. I ain't rapping in no shiny shoes. And so, no, man.
The patent leather joints, bro.
No, man. I ain't rapping in
them. They call them the Baptist shoes, bro.
Yes, sir. Up there hand clapping and toe tapping and trying to rap to these folks looking crazy. No,
you
man.
Know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, and I done been there when them, I'm talking about what, no sound. They had the CD player. Look here, I know now what to ask now, but then you drive 2 hours, you show up, And Joker, they got a CD player with a microphone. I said, say, man, just don't cough and don't sneeze. Leave that thing right there. Look here. Hey, bro, look here. The funny thing was, I went to an event before, and that thing was packed. It was like a banquet or something. And they said, hey, man, we want you to come in and rap. So I told boy, I said, look, the main sound system didn't work. I told him, I said, look, man, I said, don't sneeze, don't move, don't bump the table. While I'm in the middle of the set, that Joker got the coughing.
Oh, baby.
I'm looking, God, it looked like the CD was skipping. Everybody looked at you like this Joker music ain't right. I said, I'm looking at him like, say, man, quit all that coughing back there. And he gave me the thumbs up and put it back on. I said, man, look at that. But yeah, boy,
hey, that skip is deadly, bro. That skip, boy.
Man, I'm telling you, they looking at you like your music ain't right. Let me ask you this, bro. Yeah. So now you in the game, you moving around. Yeah. You in the A state. Now I tell people all the time, the A state in gospel rap is different. Because to me, I've been corner to corner. In the middle of the state and corner to corner. I'm talking, I've been in the backwoods. Joke, I was going to a show one night and saw a bell. A real bell. Ran with my partner to a show down in Camden. So I said, bro, that's a bell. He said, no, that's a cow. I said, no, right, that's a bell, a real bell. We're going to keep on driving, though. And so,
boy, y'all was back there.
Man, we was down through there. So the thing was, what's your take on the Arkansas market itself as pertains to gospel rap? What can be done better? What's good and what can we improve on?
Man, I think we got some pretty dope artists here, man. Right. I'm starting to, try to branch out and feature more artists. Usually I'm on a solo tip. We just need that platform, man.
Yes, sir.
Really need that platform. It's a little difficult trying to make that happen, man.
Right.
And then when we do make it happen, a lot of times I find that it's not high quality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, we gotta know what we competing with, man. When the world do their thing, man, it's what I'm saying? It's high quality.
That. Yes, sir. Talk about that,
they got the sound, they got good mics, you know what I'm saying? The speakers is good, the quality is good, they tagging everybody know about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But far as the gospel rap, man, it's a little more difficult because people automatically hear that gospel in there and they start thinking, old church stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we've got to get it to a point to where they can see our dopeness, man. And that's why I'm pushing so hard now, man. You know what I'm saying? I turned 40 last year.
Oh, really?
And with that first project, man, I really didn't push it as hard. I just thought, I'm dope. Other people are going to realize I'm dope and it's just going to blow up. But this one, man, it's about more than just, blowing up and trying to eat off of it, man. I'm really after these souls, man, on this one right here. So I'm pushing real hard, man. You know what I'm saying? We just got to grind more, man, promote our stuff more. You know what I'm saying? Just be out there in the forefront, take advantage of all the opportunities. If there are no opportunities, we got to start learning how to create our own opportunities.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like I know you've done over the years, you know what I'm saying? Put little showcases together and stuff like that and invite all the artists and really give us a platform. I appreciate you for that too, bro. I think a lot of the shows I did was on your ticket, man. So, we just, but you know what I'm saying? Like you say, the A state is big, you know what I'm saying? Ron Daniel needs some help. You know what I'm saying? Need some more people out here pushing it and promoting and letting them know that it's some dope gospel music out here. You know what I'm saying? It's just not your, like you said earlier, the Mother Goose rhymes, you know what I'm saying? And then you just throw Jesus in there a whole bunch of times. But it's cats out here that done lived through some stuff and that's raw and authentic. And they got some stories, man. And then once you listen to them stories, you're going to realize that these cats ain't much different than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The only difference is they found Jesus. Right. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what it is, but, well, I kind of do know what it is. But you know, people take that like it's a bad thing. Like life is over once you get saved. That, you know, that's why a lot of young cats be like, I'm gonna wait till I get old till I get saved or something, because I think we failed at showing people the quality and the value and the fun and the excitement of being saved. You know what I'm saying? We be all kind of dull and dried up with it. So, you know, that's another thing I like about this gospel rap, man. It bring that energy, you know what I'm saying, and that passion. And you know what I'm saying? It let them know, man, hey, man, look, it's going down over here too. You know what I'm saying? The same way that you thought it was going down over there, it's going down over here. Yes, you know what I'm saying? We have parties too, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we enjoy ourselves. We still live life to the fullest, man, but we love Jesus, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and then our walk too, man, we got to do a better job at how we, you know what I'm saying, walk in front of people. Like I was saying earlier, you know, we try to beat people over the head with the Bible that we don't even know, ain't built no relationship with them or nothing like that. So when they don't really know us like that, that's what's really going to help them is our walk. And they see that consistency in your walk, and they start getting more interested in you and what you're doing, and, you know what I'm saying, start following you. You know what I'm saying? You got the little kids looking up to you and things like that, man. So it's very important to kind of try to, you know what I'm saying, and I know nobody's perfect, but, you know, it's real important to kind of, you know what I'm saying, maintain that consistency in your walk, man, so people, they can see that it's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not just some gimmick or some hustle or nothing like that, man. They can see the real deal. And then that's going to create those opportunities for ministry. Once you create those opportunities, man, that's when you lay the word on them. You know what I'm saying? That's when you come in and you let them know all about Jesus, man. But you create those opportunities through your walk, man, and loving on people where they are. You know what I'm saying? Being empathetic, you know what I'm saying, and really letting them know that you understand and that you feel them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you ain't even got to say nothing. Sometimes they just want somebody to listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Just be there to listen to them, man. Yeah, but far as the rap side, man, like I say, man, we just gotta go harder. We gotta push harder. We gotta invest in ourselves more. We gotta make sure that when we do something that we do it to the highest level. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? So when people do come and when people do tune in, they, you know what I'm saying, it's comparable to what they used to hearing and seeing, you know what I'm saying? Obviously with that different energy. But you know, we got to compete, man, and we got some heavy competition, bro. Yes, so man, look here, you done said a whole lot too, man, and the thing is, I agree with you 55,000% is that we gotta look dope out here. And one thing I tell cats all the time, I say, man, I'm big on imagery, because we gotta stop thinking that, okay, I do gospel rap and everybody just gonna get behind me, and that's a big old lie. It's a myth, like they say. It's a big misconception that we think, okay, I'm gonna put this project out there, cause I did that. I'm talking about the first couple ones. I said, man, I'm gonna put this out there, joke. I know I can go toe to toe. All I got is Holy Ghost gumbo, and I'm gonna put it out there. And then you put it out there, and it rolled good for me. And you be like, okay, now the momentum then died down. What happened? And so, and the thing I saw was, I said, I didn't push it hard enough. They say, hey, it sound good, the artwork look good, bro. You ramming your butt off, but the momentum died down. And when I tell cats, I said, man, I said, the one thing I'm for big time in gospel rap, especially with gospel rap, is gospel rap looking dope. Because these cats out here, when you say what you said is true, is that what we forget and what we fail to realize is that the secular side, and I hate to say secular side, I just call them the regular rappers. The regular rappers, them boy, they beats bumping, they mixing sound good, they mastering sound good, they rap delivery is cold, and we forget that even though we gospel rappers, it's still rap.
And it's still a competition, so to say, even with the regular rappers. And cats gotta say, okay, what distinguish you different from the regular rappers? And you gotta have that dopeness with it too. And you represent the Lord. I say I get tired talking to rappers, especially the rappers that talk all this. I'm just out here doing the best I can. I said, man, we serve a big God, man. I said, we talking about a God, talking about we can walk on gold streets, Joker. How we supposed to look out here? I said, look here, when I was signing cats up, man, and I tell people, I say, man, the business side of gospel rap is tough. You know, I done spent money in gospel rap. Man. You know, trying to make it work. And so signing cats up, I would tell them, I said, man, look, you know, I would tell them, I say, hey, you like J's? They're like, yeah, I like them Jordans. They said, bro, I know you get them all the time. I said, man, when I had my barbershop, I had a barbershop for like 8 years. I said, man, I cut all the shoe boys in the city, so my shoes, I get them easy. It's almost like a lottery pick, almost like which ones you want. I said, but if you can't get them J's, get whatever shoe you can get. Get whatever fresh outfit you can get, because when you on stage, people remember that. Along with the rapping, along with how your music sound. I said, look dope on stage. Don't be up there all with your clothes wrinkled up and think people gonna receive that. Now the church gonna give you the church clap, and they say, hey, that's good, baby, that's good. And you gonna get on off there. But you step outside the church, bro. I'm talking
about use you, baby.
Yes, sir. We love your music. Let God use you, baby. That's all you gonna get from the church folk. I said, but you gotta look the part too, and the thing for gospel rap, I've been saying for years, man. For years, I'm like, man, be fresh with this thing. You know, and let people know, hey, man, I represent the Lord. Yeah, I'm representing Jesus. Joker, it's going to sound good. It's going to look good. Joker, if I put Jesus on the back of my windshield riding down the street on 24s, bumping Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
Joker, that's what it is over here. And so I tell cats, man, be fresh with it, man. You know,
be fresh. You ain't got to lose your swag once you get saved.
No. But cats think that, you know, ain't nothing going on being saved. It's boring. Nah, I say it's not. I said, man, it's you can have fun, you can still have your swag, everything. It's just a different swag. It's just a different everything. Yeah. And then bouncing on the Arkansas side, man, doing it here. I love the A-State. I tell people everywhere I go. The only conversation I don't like to have about Arkansas is the banging the Little Rock store. I hate talking about that. I told myself, man, now I'm older. I'm on tour now. I said, man, to me, they left a stain on the city. And so, but the minute I open my mouth and they find out this boy right here from the South somewhere, but where you from? And I tell them the Rock Town, they just, man, bang the Little Rock. I said, man, I don't want to talk about that, man. You know, I don't want to talk about nothing about
man. Instantly. I don't know what it is. You sure right, though. They bring the bang the Little Rock.
Two things every time somebody find out where I'm from. They say, banging the Little Rock. Hey, man, you ain't scared to live there? I said, no, man. I said, every city got a good side and a hood side. Every city. I don't care if it's New York City or if it's Pine Bluff, Arkansas. It got a good side and a hood side. That's just what it is. Yeah. I said, but I don't like talking about it. But, bro, in the A-State, man, it's been a challenge just letting the state just put some shine on the state. Say, hey, man, we here. We out here. Brudda Chuck here. Them boys in Fort Smith there. Them boys down there in Camden. Them boys in Texarkana, El Dorado, Pine Bluff, Rocktown. We here. West Memphis. And so, you know, it's tough, but I tell cats all the time, I said, man, I'm fighting out here. You know, and it's a real fight, and it's a real fight when you especially when you gotta rap in other cities. Like I remember one time, let me share this with you, and I'm asking next question. I remember we did a show in Memphis at a club called The Crunk, Christian club called The Crunk. And then we left there, this was some years ago, we left The Crunk, shout out to Super Mario and C-Mark for putting that thing on. We left The Crunk, and then in the middle of the night, like 1 o'clock in the morning, we rolled into Nashville, Tennessee for a conference. The next night, all of us, about 3-4 cars deep, rolling from Memphis to Nashville. Yeah. We get to Nashville. I just met this cat. We cool now. Like we wasn't, we was all right then, but we cool now. Yeah. And so he found out I'm from Arkansas. He said, this what he told me. He said, oh, you, this who Super Mario was telling me about. I said, yeah. He said, are you from Arkansas, man? He said, I ain't know they rap there, man. I said, yeah, you think we riding horses and we ain't got no cars neither, don't you? And so he told me, he said, bro, he said, I tell you what, he said, I'm gonna put you up first. Then what I told him, I said, you sure you wanna do that? I said, we gonna set, I said, Joker, we about to set the tone. So I went up first, folks was coming, I hate going first, but folks was coming in the door. People started fill up this church. It was pretty big church. Set about, I won't say about 4,000-5,000 people. It was big. We go in this church. People coming in the door, and I told the DJ, I said, "Hey man, what size them speakers?" He said some of them are 18 inch, some of them 24. I said, "Well, just turn them things all the way up to the ceiling and just play 3, 4, 5, whatever number I gave." Man, we had that thing wanging up in there. Yeah. But look at, we get out stage. Buddy said, he said, you gonna be here tomorrow too? I said, yeah. He said, oh man. He said, man, I apologize, man. I said, I get it all time. I said, but this time, put me in the middle, man. Let me get here and sit in that green room for a little bit. Put me in the middle.
Yeah, man.
But I tell cats, I said, man, it's rough representing the A-State, but I love the A-State, man. I love what the artists and the diversity as far as the artists in the state. Cause I heard your music, I heard everybody's music in the A-State. But if I ain't heard it, they knew. If it's somebody I ain't heard, they just brand new. I just ain't heard them. But I try to keep my ear to the ground to what's happening in the A-State. Bro, let me ask you this, bro. What's your thoughts on gospel rap now, 2021? What's your thoughts on it now versus when you first got in?
Man, I think it's gone to a whole nother level, man. Right. Like I say, it seems like it's more cats. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if Rona may have something to do with that. You know, people have a little more time on their hands. You know, people were doing a lot of reflecting during that time. You know, looking inwardly and stuff like that. But I'm hearing a lot more dope music, man. I'm hearing a lot more people getting more comfortable in the craft. You know. Like really willing to express themselves, you know, that individuality, I think is really starting to come out, man. Even in myself, man, I think I'm a completely different artist now than what I was when I dropped that album, New Direction, back in 08. Right. Like you know what I'm saying? I still had a little swag on that album, man, but it was still, you know, I was like, I gotta make sure I say Jesus, Right. But now it's more like I'ma just talk and I, you know, I'm gonna talk to that beat, and you know what I've noticed is, you know, what's in you is gonna come out anyway, and since God is in me, it ends up coming out on the track anyway, man. So I'm really enjoying where it's starting to go now, man. Like I say, man, I think that's the biggest difference, man. You starting to see more of the individuality in the expressions, man, and it's people starting to stretch themselves, man, trying different beats, you know what I'm saying, trying, you know, some people get stuck in that same rhythm lyrically, but, you know, starting to kind of broaden that a little bit and starting to play around with how they deliver their stuff a little more, man. And even for me, the videos are new. Starting, you know, I even did you know, like a workout song, you know what I'm saying, and did a video with that, man. So like I say, it's, you know, the being more comfortable and confident in who you are and the God that you got in you, man, and just start expressing yourself, man. You know, or else you're gonna be stuck with this feeling like, man, like you got music trapped inside of you, but you feel condemned or whatever, so you don't feel like you can express that. And as an artist, man, that's like suicide. You know what I'm saying? So you got to let that out, man. Let it on the track, man. And I'm starting to see more people that's willing to do that, man.
Right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Because, you know, it's you know, it's one of them things where, you know, you gotta. I see a lot of similarities what you're saying in gospel rap. It's wide open now. You know, a lot of people forward, a lot of people making moves that people really don't understand You know, why they making certain moves. You know, a lot of people are talking about the heavy hitters in gospel rap and, you know, the moves they making. And I tell people all the time, people always inboxing me from time to time. Boy, what you think about what Buddy did? What you think, you know, he rapping with this dude, Secular Cat? I said, man, let me tell you something. I said, if a Snoop Dogg called me today, Joker, we on the track. It ain't even a if and a but about it. I told myself because if he calling me to rap on the song, he already know how I get down anyway. So I don't need to be getting on the track talking about I'm riding on 28s on the Dodge Ram.
Come on, man.
I got my chain dragging on the floor. No, it better be Jesus all day long because for one, he come to you for that, and then two, it's an opportunity to rap to that audience and deliver the message of Christ to them through a song.
Absolutely.
So they'll say, I'm gonna say this, bro, and this for me. This is why I've come when it comes to gospel rap, doing everything, this podcast, rapping, anything gospel rap, is that now where I'm at now, maturity wise, now it's just to get cats curious about who Jesus is for those that lost. I tell people all the time, I say I rap for 3 type of people, and I've been saying this consistently, and the Lord had to show me this. I say I rap for the saved people first. And then some folks say, man, why would you say all these lost people out here? Why you say you rap for the saved people first? I said, because it gives them that oomph. And for those who listen, we talking about that oomph, that down south, that's that oomph. It gives people that oomph to continue to live for the Lord. You know, and it's motivating. If they say, hey, man, I'm a saved dude, now I'm listening to Brudda Chuck rapping, that's giving me momentum to stay saved. So I rap for the saved people first. I said, then I rap for the waiver-minded people, the folks that's, you know, they love the Lord today, and then they don't love the Lord for the next 7 weeks. And then they love the Lord on the 8th week. I said, the waiver-minded people. And then I rap for the lost people. And they said, why would you put the lost last? I said, because after reading the Bible, I'm talking about Genesis to Revelation, Joker, Malachi, Mark, up and down that thing. I said, I started to understand how, especially in the New Testament, how Peter and Paul, them boys was delivering the message of the gospel to folks, to the saved folks first. They was telling them, hey, y'all gotta love like this. Y'all gotta have charity like this. I said, okay, I better start rapping like that. And if the lost cats jump on, they gonna get it too. Cause they gonna say, man, who is this Jesus he talking about? Who is this God he talking about? I said, so it's a mixture of everything, but I'm with you on that, man. The gospel rap in 2021 is definitely opened up. It's more seasoned as far as the beat structures, the sound, everything sound. It's better. Let me ask you this, bro.
Impact.
And that's it. And so when cats be like, hey man, what you think about dude doing this, doing? I said, man, I'm not sitting in these boys' boardroom and they prayer closets. I said, I don't know why they doing it for. I said, but if it's another step for gospel rap to get in certain doors, I'm with it. I'm always with it because gospel rap's supposed to be played on BET. It's supposed to be played on MTV. It's supposed to be played on Power 92. I'm talking about just, and look here, Brudda Chuck, and I hope somebody on Power 92 listening to this. Brudda Chuck is supposed to be played on Power 92 in heavy rotation, like Future, Lil Baby, Dub Baby, all the babies. In heavy rotation, just like that. You know, cats like, man, that's a secular station. I said, man, I don't care, man. He rapping, and he rapping something different, and it's the gospel. So that's my thing. Let me ask you this, bro. What can churches do to get more? Let me say this, to equip their youth ministry specifically, their youth ministries with more gospel rap, bringing in the artists and giving their youth ministry the music.
Well, what could they do more?
Right.
Well, like far as like I say, in my church, I use that for example, the Acts Ministries. You know, we in Conway and North Little Rock. Man, that's kind of what they own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Far as pulling the youth in, like I say, they had me on many venues. Even when Corona started, you know, they did the parking lot church.
Right.
You know, that was big. Right before Corona, we did like the tent church. Like we just set up in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pastor's idea. You know what I'm saying? We set up a tent in the hood. We got the speakers out there. Had the DJ out there. My boy Sid was the DJ. Shout out to Sid, man. But yeah, and we was right in the actual yard of like the apartment complex down here downtown. I think it's Willow Street Apartments. And man, you had people hanging out their windows, you know what I'm saying, coming out their door, man. I remember as a cat, man, he came over, he was sloppy drunk, could barely stand up, but he was out there, he was vibing with us, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
He was feeling that thing,
yes,
man.
Sir.
You know, we had people coming from across the street, you know what I'm saying? We was praying for them. We had the food out there, we was feeding them. You know, it's going to take efforts like that, just being in the community, like them old-fashioned tent revivals, except, you know what I'm saying, we ain't just singing no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got these beats banging, and that's what's really going to bring the block out, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, the youth just naturally gravitate towards that, man. You know what I'm saying? They hear the dope beats, man. They hear the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? They see our style, you know what I'm saying? They see our swag, you know what I'm saying? They see that we not, you know, much different from them, and it's giving them some people within the church, you know what I'm saying, that they can look up to, that they feel like, you know, relate to them, and you know what I'm saying, people that they can talk to and stuff like that. You know, I got some brothers now at the church, man. You know, you'll see them, you know, just walking down the street, you'll think they hood or something, you know what I'm saying? But then when you talk to them, they'll hit you with that word, you know what I'm saying? And they're in the youth ministry, you know what I'm saying? And really helping out with that. So I think a lot of churches can take a page out of, you know, Acts books. And I know there's many other awesome youth ministries out there, man. Sorry. But that's what it is, man. Just get out of that staleness, you know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to kind of branch out and try some new things, you know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to let the youth kind of, you know, dictate a little bit on how, you know, things gonna go, you know, ministry-wise. That's what they want to be involved with, man. Right. Just, you know, because I don't believe Jesus was no stale dude, you know what I'm saying? If you hung around him, you know what I'm saying, you was going to have a good time. You was going to learn some things. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, he be in the party posted up in the corner somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling, man. So, you know, that's kind of where we got to come from with it, man. And I think more and more youth will start to get involved. But we really need our churches' help pushing us, man. You know, don't just invite us, you know what I'm saying, one Sunday to come do a song or two and sit down and that be it. Right. Churches got a lot of power and they got a lot of pull. And we need that power and that pull behind us, man. The pushes, just as hard as we trying to push ourselves, or just as hard as we push the church. We need that mutual.
That's it, bro. You hit on the head, man. Is it? I tell people, I've been saying this for years, man. I say if churches and whoever watching this, we not knocking churches. You know, we're not saying, you know, right, because some people, man, you know, we in that time now. You could say something, folks like, man, did he say A or I'm like, no, man, I said A. So, you know, we in that time now. You gotta be careful, because folks will misconstrue your word. But I tell you, because I say if churches understood the power of gospel rap and what it can do, you know, for the youth ministry, man, you'll be booked every Sunday, at least six churches. I be saying, man, brother Chuck, where you at now, man? Oh man, I'm booked, but I got 4 churches this week, 6 next week, 7 next week, and 3 on the last week. If they understood the power of what gospel rap do, I tell people all the time, I say, man, gospel rap to me is supposed to offset. I'm just speaking primarily about the youth, but it's supposed to offset what they listening to. Because I had a conversation with a pastor years ago, and we was talking. I told him, I said, man, if you want to know, you know, what your youth listening to, I said, just close your eyes, do a eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and just get their phone and just click that playlist. I said, now I promise it's gonna blow your mind because they listening to the Drakes, the Lil Babies, Futures, everybody who out there, the Megan, the Stags, all these folks. I said, you can't be naive to think they not listening to it. Let me tell you something I did one time, bro, and I still do it from time to time. Now COVID, hopefully Lord willing, is letting up, and I tell people all the time about COVID. I said, God doing his handiwork, doing this COVID stuff, whatever he's doing. This happened 100 years ago in 1920. It happened the same thing 100 years ago. It was a big old pandemic hit the earth, and folks was wearing masks and everything. And so it ain't nothing new, but whatever God doing, he's doing his handiwork. But I tell you, Cass, I said sometimes some churches or some events I go to, I find out whatever the hottest song is. I say right now for this, in this case, I say a Drake song or a Future song. And bro, I would learn that the clean side of it and rap that whole first verse before I start my set. And I remember I did that at a church. And the pastor looked at me like, he kind of turned sideways and he looked at me. He was like, he brought us down, man. He took care of us, everything. So I came out the door. I don't know who it was I was rapping to, but I came out the door doing that first. And so he looked at me like, man, we ain't bring you down here. He had that look like, we ain't bring you down here to do that. But what I was trying to show him was the cats in the audience. His youth was like, oh, we know who that dude rapping about. So when I was doing rapping, I told him, I said, y'all see the response. This is who they listening to. I said, now DJ, cut on what we about to get into so we can help offset that thing. So now they can say, okay, this is gospel rap. And so I still do that from time to time. But man, you hit it on the head, man. Is that churches have to get more into the community, man. More involved with. I've had talks with cats who want to go to church. They're like, bro, I want to go to church, man, but that church down there, they won't let me in the door. Dressed like I am, I'm like, no, man, just go. Now I already talked to the deacon or whoever in the parking lot, man, they tripping. And so, but I'm like, we have to make those changes. Let me ask you this, bro. What Brudda Chuck then put the music out there, then made the music, mixed it, mastered everything. What's your give the audience, whoever listening, I hope the gospel rappers listen to this now, cause it ain't no free game going on tonight. Free, some of that game and some of that holy hustling going on right now. Yeah, bro, what's your thoughts on the business side of gospel rap, and what can we do? What's the good thing? Then what can we do to improve on the business side of gospel rap?
Man, the business side is rough, man.
Yes, sir.
Music, period, is rough. If you choose this for a career path, then God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's rough, but it's not hopeless. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to believe in yourself. One, as a gospel artist, believe that you were called to do this. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were called, you know what I'm saying, he gonna take care of you. He gonna provide the means. He gonna provide the source. You just have to make sure that you stay focused, you stay prayed up. So when them opportunities come, you know which ones to take advantage of, and what ones to not let take advantage of you. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to keep going, man. It can get difficult sometimes. It can get pricey, you know what I'm saying? The main thing I've run into is the promotion side, man. It gets pricey, but you have to promote it, man. You gotta push it, because, like I say, the other brand of music, they pushing their stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? I hear so many songs that's pretty whack, if you ask me, that make it to radio and make it to videos on the TV and whatnot, but it's whack. But you know that dude had a mad promotional team. Right. You know what I'm saying? They pushed it. That would be the main thing I would say. After you make sure, like you said, you got the beats, you got the lyrics together, that's going to be your main thing. You got to promote. Do not stop promoting. You know what I'm saying? If a church invites you, hey, man, it might be 2-3 people. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Starting off. But you got to go and you got to rock them 2 and 3 people, man, like it's an audience full of people. Because if your main mission is really to win them souls, that one soul might be one of the 3 people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you can't ignore that, man, and you can't treat the small opportunities like they nothing. What he say? Despise not the
small
beginners.
Yes,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you take the good with the bad, man. You take your L's with the wins, but you cannot stop grinding. And one thing I'm learning now in this later season in my life, you can't just drop the album off, be like, boom, I did it. Right. And start, you know what I'm saying? Like, where they at? I'm feeling they gonna blow me up. No, man, you got to keep grinding, man. I'm telling you, bro, I'm coming right now, man. I'm finna just keep hitting them upside the head. I mean, before they can get used to one thing, boom, here come another one. Boom, here come another one. I'm backlogged right now as far as songs and videos, man. I got another video in the chamber that's gonna be coming out here pretty soon, and then there's gonna be another one following right behind that. And like I say, I'm gonna be hitting them with songs all in between, man. So just keep grinding, just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Keep putting your stuff out there, keep promoting it, keep putting it in their ear, man. And they gonna have to eventually pay attention, man.
Yes, sir. You hit it on the head, bro. Promote, bop them boys upside the head with it. And that's the thing. I had to learn it too, dog. I had to learn, you know, it's not just, oh, I got this. I'm working on some mixtape stuff now. And, you know, I'm listening to it in the studio. I'm like, man, this thing, the gumbo pot is smoking real heavy. Yeah. You know, but I'm like, I can't put it out there and be like, all right, like you said, all right, here it is. They can say, man, it's cool, but you got to keep promoting. I had to learn that too. I said, man, you got to just keep it in their face. And keep it, you know, in their ears, so they eventually they gonna say, okay, man, I rock with Brudda Chuck. This dude dope. What he got to present is good. And it's an ordinance out there. I tell people all the time, man, this world is big enough, the earth is big enough to where there's a lane for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I you know, I tell people all the time, I don't get involved in trying to compete with cats. That just ain't my thing, you know. But I'm more of the pom shaker. I sit on the sideline, be like, hey man, do it, man. Put it out there. Let's hear it. Give me something to put in the Chevy and the Ram, so I can be bumping down the street, pull up at the gas station and say, man, what you bumping? Future the baby, what you got? I said, no, that's that Brudda Chuck, man. Listen to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, them boys like, and then one cat tried to call me out on it, like, man, I don't really rap like that. I said, man, all I got in my cars is gospel rap, Joker.
You see what I'm saying?
On the CD player, on the USB, and the Bluetooth. I said, that's all I get, man. I said, because it really bumped hard and heavy. And to me, if a cat hear it, let's say if I got a family member need a ride somewhere, he in the car listening, he said, man, who was that right there? I said, oh man, that's Buddy, man. He bumping her. That's an old girl. She bumping too. And they be like, oh man, that man, let me look them up let me Google them up real quick and see. And now you just turned them on, you know. And so that's why I do it for, man. Let me ask you this, bro. We done hit that out, man. This thing good though. Listen, if y'all just not tuning in, we got Brudda Chuck on the Refill podcast. Listen, I call him, he one of the A-State representatives. I love putting the A-State artists on the show because I tell cats, man, we got them down here. We got them. These boys ready. I done heard everybody music in the A-State when it come to gospel rap. And if I ain't heard it, that mean you brand new. I ain't never heard of you before. So if you're looking at the show, you want to get on the show, let us know. And we'll plug in. But, bro, let me ask you this, bro. What's next for Brudda Chuck, man? 2021, hopefully, Lord willing, all this COVID stuff, I'm seeing more and more people walking around, they ain't got no mask on no more. I said, Lord, maybe you telling us to take these things off. I'm talking about, look at, I was in Home Depot the other day getting something for the house. I'm talking about these cats and there ain't no mask. I'm the only one in line with the mask on. I said, right, okay, am I supposed to keep my hand on or take it off, you know, but what's next for you, bro, in 2021, man?
Man, I'm just gonna keep pushing with it. Like I say, we got the visual for the song we just dropped, "You're the Gift." If you go to my page, it's a link for that on there, or you can just Google Brudda Chuck, and that's BRUDDACHUCK, and you can get that song along with everything else that I got out. So we got that visual coming up, and then right after that, we'll be doing Ready, Set, Grow, and David Scott, that's my producer right now, an engineer. So he's working on getting that thing mixed and mastered. And once he gets that done, we're gonna start on the visual for that. Oh man, hey, that Ready Set Grow, it's gonna be something else. And like I say, man, I'm queued up right now, man. I got projects, man. They are coming, man. They back to back, man. I'm feeling re-inspired, rejuvenated, man, and I'm just ready to pour out, man. I told myself, bro, that I'm not gonna leave here with all this music in me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because God gave it to me for a reason, man. And for me to just sit on it or just keep it to myself, man, I'm gonna have to answer for that.
Yes.
So before I leave this world, bro, I'm gonna empty the clip. I'm talking about everything coming out. I'm just gonna keep pouring it out,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Just keep going, keep rolling. So and most of these things will be on that self-titled Brudda Chuck. It'll be on that self-titled joint, man. But I got some features I'm working on. This young lady, her name is Desiree Bell. I'm gonna get her on some stuff, man. My little brother just getting back in the game, man, and he's sick with the bars, bro. So I'm gonna get him featured on some stuff, man. And I'm looking to start featuring with some other cats as well.
Yes,
Ronnie Lewis on You Are the Gift. He bar heavy. I'm gonna get him on some more stuff, man. So we just gonna keep coming with it, man. I'm talking about just so hard, like I say, eventually they're going to have to pay attention. I think we already got their attention, so I'm not going to lose it this time.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? This time around, man. I'm going to make sure they get everything that they came for. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure that my stuff is harder. You know what I'm saying? It's heavier than what they currently like. You know what I'm saying? That other brand of music, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, whether it sound good or not, you know, we have to compete with that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to make sure they got plenty of content coming from over this way, bro.
Yes, sir.
Plenty of content.
Brudda Chuck said he going to empty the clip on y'all boys. Click, 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 click.
Bang, bang. We getting them all out. We're getting them all out,
I like that kind of talk right there, man. Talk your talk,
man. I'm 40, bro. I feel like I'm just getting started,
Hey, bro, rap till you're 50, man. Hey, these other boys out there on the other side, look here, name them all. They all rap, man. The boys 54, 55 rapping and winning awards, man.
Yeah.
Man, look here.
Yeah.
I think rap is the only genre of music, I'm talking about rap across the board, that they put these age stipulations on rap.
Right.
I'm like, man, if look here, man, let me just break this thing down. If you got a dope beat, I'm talking about that thing yoking, that thing bumping.
Yeah.
You can mix that thing up with them lyrics, man. You can stay hot, man. You know,
and
the thing that I had a conversation with the cat man, partner man. I told him the same thing. I said, bro, he just hit 40, I think, 39 or 40. I said, bro, the rap till you're 50. I said, man, them the Jay-Z's of the world, the Snoop Dogg's of the world. I said, why you still see them boys on TV, on when Nas just won Grammy Awards? Like, these boys 50 years old getting these awards, man. 50.
Yeah.
I said, man, man, you it's in you, man. Just keep.
Yeah, it is, man.
Keep pouring it out.
See, that's what people gotta realize too. The older you get, man, to me, it makes you harder as a rapper because you got that much more experience behind you. You know what I'm saying? That more life. If you know what I'm saying, if you rapping about stuff, then anybody can do that. But if you rapping around life and experience, man, you just got that much more in your bag that you can rap about. You know what I'm saying?
Right. When you 20, you ain't rapping about nothing, man. I remember.
Oh, you ain't been through nothing yet.
You ain't been through nothing, man. You ain't been through nothing. Look, I tell a joker. Hey, I told my little step bro. We had a conversation. He ain't got no kids. And we had a conversation about kids. I just stopped him halfway through his sentence. I said, bro, look here. I said, get you some kids and come talk to me. I said, I got a teenager and I got a 6-year-old finna be 7. I said, come talk to me when you get some kids. I said, when you get some kids, we can chop it up. I said, but if you ain't got no kids, we can't chop it up about nothing.
No, the kids change everything, bro.
Man, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I got 2 daughters, man. When I tell you, my oldest, she 15. My youngest, she's 6, she'll be 7. When you raising teenagers, it's a whole nother ball game raising teenage guys. I'm like, man, I remember when I was 14, 15, and now, you know, the game ain't changed that much. I tell people all the time, I tell her this too, I tell my daughter this too. I say, you know, ain't nothing changed about the game except the players and the slang. Ain't nothing changed about it. I say, it's still the same thing. The only thing y'all get now is the internet and social media. We didn't have internet and social. We had some internet, but it wasn't social media heavy like it is now. I said, boy,
I tell you what, I'm glad about that too, bro. Because man, I had all kinds of stuff out there about me.
Boy, I told my wife, I said, boy, if all this was out back in the day, man, I've been looking a whole fool on social media, man. A whole fool. But man, I thank God for delivering me from that mess, man. I really tell people all the time, I said, man, when people, you know, they said, man, you don't look like what you be talking about. I said, man, that's the Holy Ghost. I said, that's the only thing I give it to is the Holy Spirit of God. Look here, spoke to me when I was coming back from Memphis, Tennessee, from the casino, me and some partners. And that next day, I'm thinking I'm finna go to sleep, get up, get back into the same hood politics, you know, the smoking, drinking, shooting dice, wherever you could find a dice game at. Man, the Lord spoke to me and, man, shook my life around, man. It ain't been the same. Ain't been the same since, man. And yes, sir. And so, bro, I'm telling you, man, this was good, man. Man, give us some last words before we get off this thing, man.
Man, to all y'all out here, A-State, you know what I'm saying, grinding. Really? Actually, you know what I'm saying, gospel rappers, you know what I'm saying, everywhere. Don't get boxed in.
Yes, sir.
Right? Don't let yourself get boxed in. You know what I'm saying? You've been blessed with an incredible craft, an incredible gift, and it's up to you, you know what I'm saying, to figure out how to deliver that. All of our messages are not going to come out the same. He said, go into the world and preach the gospel. He didn't tell us how to go preach it. So your message is going to be authentic to you. Do not let nobody box you in. Don't box yourself in, you know. Let that gift flow. Let that talent pour out, you know what I'm saying? Stay prayed up. Stay in your word. That's your main source of content. You know, the word mixed with your life experience, those are going to be your main sources of content. So it's going to be kind of difficult, you know what I'm saying, to rap about our Lord and Savior if you ain't in that word and if you don't have a relationship with him. So make sure that you build in that relationship. Make sure you stay in that word. And, man, like I say, take advantage of the opportunities you got, no matter how small they are. And if it ain't no opportunities, then go create your own.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And just keep grinding, man. The world needs you, man. The streets need to hear you. Be your true, authentic self, man. You know, build relationships with people and try to meet them where they are. And then you can try to take them to where they need to be, man. That's it, bro. That's all I got.
Yes, sir, bro. I'm going to say this before we get off this thing. I tell you what, one thing I learned about doing this, you know, working in this podcast space is that I love talking to you know, everybody who make gospel rap move, the artists, the DJs, the promoters. Cause to me, it's like what the Bible said, that iron sharpen iron. And I love hearing your story. You know, I tell people this all the time. I'm not saying this because the cameras is on. Like I'm dead serious because to me, it's like it's kind of like what I was saying earlier about who I rap for when I was talking about to save people, to wave a mind to people and the lost people. It's kind of like when I hear other gospel rappers or DJs, anybody that's in the gospel rap space still moving around, it's encouraging to me to continue. You know, to continue and say, okay, let's get to the next show, or let's get to the next mixtape, or let's collab and do something, you know, and do those things. Because, you know, I tell people all the time that for every 1,000 street trap rappers or regular rappers, secular rappers, whatever you want to call them, it's like one gospel rapper per every 1,000 of them. I said, so we're in a smaller pool, and we have to do more collectively, networking wise, and not because we're talking about it on a podcast, we see each other in the street and be like, oh man, what you talking all that collabs about? Oh man, I would just talk for the podcast. No, it has to be for real and sincere and authentic.
It gotta be for real.
It gotta be for real. And so, man, before we get off this thing, man, this was good, man. For anybody who looking at this, man, yes sir, we gotta get you back on sooner than later. For anybody looking at this, y'all got the game tonight. Y'all got look, you You got wisdom, you got the game, you got some holy hustling. Everything was laced in that thing. And we got to the end of show 44. Bro, how can they follow you on social media, bro?
You can check me out on Facebook, Brudda Chuck on Facebook. I'm Brudda Chuck on Instagram. Brudda Chuck on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
You can Google Brudda Chuck, you know what I'm saying, and find all my music and everything. It'll be on there. Anytime I do something new, Facebook is my main outlet. So anytime I'm getting ready to do something, I'll put it on there and post it up for y'all, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Check your boy out, man.
Already. And that's the end of the Refill Show. Big dog salute to you, bro. We're gonna link up sooner than later, bro.
Already, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. We got to do something. I'm gonna hit your inbox. I got something to share with you, man. I'm gonna hit you real soon. Yes, sir. Already. We're gonna jump off this thing.
Okay.
And that's the refill for the night. Listen, man. That was good. That was another great interview. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all got game tonight. Y'all got wisdom tonight. Look at y'all got some holy hustling tonight. Just mix that thing together and just got some of that. It wasn't no dope. It was hope. Y'all got some hope tonight. Let me tell y'all something, man. It's Memorial Day weekend. We reached the end of show number 44. Listen. If you're just not tuning in, just rewind this all the way to the beginning. I promise you gonna. This was another great interview with Brudda Chuck, man. Y'all make sure to follow him, subscribe, like everything on his page. Y'all know what to do with social media world. Like, share, comment, support, do everything. Brudda Chuck putting out. You know, do that thing. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is when we go to these social media pages. You hit the like button, the love button, the comment button, the share button, the save button, everything on social media. But listen, if you're just not tuning in, we reached the end. We reached the end of show 44. This was good, man. I'm excited. Because I get something out of every podcast that we do. I always get something. It's like iron sharpening iron. You know, when I see cats still hitting that pavement, it helps me to continue to hit that pavement and keep on, you know, being consistent and keep moving. And so, man, this was a good show. This is a good podcast tonight. Listen, it's Memorial Day weekend. We reached the end of May. If you are an artist, and if you want to be on the refill, look at the bottom. You see some info scrolling at the bottom. Email us your info, man. It's real easy to get on the show. We just want to check you out and make sure you fit the format of the show. And if you fit the format of the show, we put you in the game. It's that simple. We give you a call. We say, hey, here go the date, here go the time, here go the information. We put you in the game. Also, if you like what we're doing, if you enjoy what we've been doing the last 44 shows, even tonight, hold on. Even tonight, sorry about that, y'all gotta get some of that good Mountain Dew in me. Even tonight, if you like what we're doing, if you get down with what we're doing, if you see this thing getting bigger and bigger and bigger in the future, listen, do us a favor and donate financially, because your donations help us stay on the internet. It's that simple. It helps us to create content that will stay on the internet, that will stay on YouTube and Facebook and all these social media platforms. All of it costs money. So we need money to continue to grow. And one last thing, share, like, and comment this podcast. Share this podcast. Hit that like button. Comment. Let us know what we're doing good. Let us know what we're doing bad. We take it out. Listen, I'm not one of those cats that's like, hey, don't critique what we're doing. We want to know if what we're doing is working. So the criticism, it helps us. Or the good things, if you say, hey, you're doing this good or you're doing this bad, it helps us to continue to grow. And so that we need that. We need the good and the bad. Criticism to continue to grow, or critique. I want to say criticism to critique us good or bad. We need that so we can grow. But anyway, listen, man, that was the end of podcast episode number 44. We're going to get off this thing, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe. Don't be out here doing no goofy stuff. We don't want to see you on social media doing something you should have been doing, and then you gotta regret it. So y'all stay safe this Memorial Day weekend. We're gonna be back next week with episode 45 and 46, and we trying to get to episode 500. And then when we reach 500, we'll get to 1,000. And then we get to 1,000, we'll get to 2,000. So that's what we going. That's what this podcast is going. We're gonna see y'all next week. Double chunk salute. Boom, boom. And we're gonna see y'all next time.